Hey everybody, if you've talked to me on the phone or you've come into the office in the last couple weeks, you know I've been struggling with a cough, so I'm really going to try to get through this whole video without coughing, but we'll see. Last week Ali presented to you some typical Thanksgiving calories, and I know that one list isn't going to perfectly describe any single person's Thanksgiving, but hopefully it gave you an idea of about how many calories you were probably eating over past Thanksgiving holidays. She also asked you to start thinking about your goals for the week of Thanksgiving. What do you want out of that week? Are you looking to lose weight? And if so, are you willing to do the things that are going to be required in order for you to make that happen? Are you thinking that you're going to be happy if you just maintain your weight? And if that's the case, are you going to be willing to do the maintenance strategies that will be required to maintain your weight over a week like Thanksgiving, which is not typical? Typically people gain. And are you willing to accept that once you come out of active weight loss, it takes a couple of weeks to get your momentum back and get back in active weight loss? Or are you planning to have a typical Thanksgiving or even a partial typical Thanksgiving and willing to tolerate a little bit of a gain? We need to start having those conversations with you to see where your head is on those goals, and we want to help you plan for achieving whatever it is that you really want to achieve that week. This week I'd really like you to focus on some of your family traditions. What are the things that you do typically every single Thanksgiving? It may not be something that's really ceremonial. It doesn't have to be a ceremony to be traditional. It may be something mundane, like I get up every morning at about 5 o'clock and put the turkey in the oven. That is a tradition. That is a traditional activity or behavior for me on Thanksgiving. So what are yours? I'm sending you a worksheet that will help you just work through this. It shouldn't take you very long, just maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes thinking about what do you do Thanksgiving morning? Who are you with? What do you eat? What are you doing? Your afternoon. Is this where you have your main meal? If so, write out what would be on your typical Thanksgiving table. What is your family going to be expecting for you to make? Who are you with? If you're not eating your main meal in the afternoon, what are you eating? And then what does your evening look like? Are you going Black Friday shopping? Are you getting your Christmas tree out? What are you eating? Who are you with? What are you doing on a typical Thanksgiving day? Once you finish with that, I just want you to go back and put a value to these activities or traditions, 1 to 10. 1 is it's not very important to you. 10 is it's extremely important to you, and you're probably going to be unwilling to give it up. Once we have a value, then we can go back and start cutting what I call the low-hanging fruit. If green bean casserole is a 3, let's cut it out. Let's replace it with something else, and then we can save those calories for something that's higher on your importance list. We can redirect those calories. As it works for your activity too, because 2 things are going to save you on Thanksgiving. 1, cutting out calories that you don't necessarily need to save room for other calories that we know are going to come in, and 2, moving more than you would typically move on a day like Thanksgiving. So for this week to be ready for us, please fill out that sheet with your Thanksgiving traditions, along with value 1 to 10, so that we can go through that with you. Start thinking about your goal, lose, gain, maintain. Where's your head? What are you thinking that you want to be able to accomplish the week of Thanksgiving? And please bring in your records. We're spending a lot of time planning Thanksgiving, but we also need to help you with the week that you're currently in. So please be ready for us, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you this week.